Stadium, home to the Owls. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCF Knights, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. He'll bring it out. It's Farmer. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UCF. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Rice Owls offense will get the first possession of the game. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse. Do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups? Or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's
just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism, but also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Back to throw, it's Mack. Hauls it in. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Rogers. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Hold. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. He leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire play.
Breaks into the open. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the point after is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Knights offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing three allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down go down.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
The Owls in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass, it's Mack. They're working that left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Mack has it. Runs through a tackle. And they'll get him on the ground at the 3-yard line.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wished.
Touchdown, Owls! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA in a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about.
receiver comes in motion. Off play action on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Richardson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job.
Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Knights will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. The short hands, it Swartz. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The offense will put into play from the 47 on first and 10. Back to pass, it's Mack. Gets it out fast. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it on the move. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Makes the grab on the left. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking to pass. It's Mack. Pulls it in. It's Hooks. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. The Owls lining up, just needing a few tough edges on third down. They'll try to run for it. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Down to 2 minutes. They'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Rice hoping to cash one in from the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. Finds his big tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Touchdown! Owls! Fit it in the window for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They
turning it on. Got the first down and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Knights headed quickly to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got a man, it's Fox. Gets away from one, finds some space. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Knights getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And his throw is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. From the gun. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Knights. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
UCF 14.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Give to the back. On the move at the 30. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Fires deep toward the end zone. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Houston. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside historic Rice Stadium.
The Knights will line up to kick off and start the second half. Out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Oh, better look out! Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Takes a hit as he fires. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Working that left side now. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Makes the grab at the 10. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Back open in the middle. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Running back searching for a hole.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting right.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this...
Touchdown, Rice! And they take it in for 6 more points. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. the play fake on first down. Quick strike complete. Still on his feet at the 45. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. The Knights in the hurry-up. The give to the lone running back. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down set.
Fires one high and deep. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, UCF. Wait, can I get the director to give me a replay of that? I want to count the defenders. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no way they had 11, right?
I mean, that is frustrating. Defensively, what are you taught? Like, make them earn it, right? Play man, press up on them, make them earn it, make them go the length of the field, don't give up big plays, or just give up big plays and don't have anybody in the camera shot and don't have anybody there to even miss a tackle.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. South Carolina has the lead right now, but this Williams-Brice crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 11 over Oklahoma. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Yeah, and those in-breaking routes with the quarterback and the receiver have to be really dialed in, really trustworthy because you're throwing to the middle of the field with so many hands. Nice job by the defense breaking on the football and taking that in away.
He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And now the ball is knocked free. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football. They are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field because that could have been disastrous.
Wants to throw on first down. Got him downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll run play action. They get to him as he throws. Oh, it's picked off. Stopped at the 44. The defense coming up with a big interception.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
They're working that left side. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Mack. Throws to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Out of bounds, right on the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. And the Owls will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the run.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Right down the middle. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Makes the grab. It's Richardson. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Knights are in the hurry-up.
And this defense is perfectly fine with that. When you're up a couple possessions, you want everything in front of you. You want...
And the defense, got him at the 27. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got a man. It's Richardson. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Knights!
The one thing thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And he tacks on the extra point. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the fence.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Rice.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be with it now.
He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
So now it's 2nd and long. Defense not showing press coverage. Back to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense defense out there to try to move those chains. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them.